Stoma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we're going to talk a little middleweights, you know, and the things that are going down are for me just kind of glaring, glaring behavior, you know, of late. And I've talked about it. I'll probably put a few more videos up there only about this subject. We're being consistent here. We're talking about Gennady Golovkin, middleweight division, Canelo Alvarez, middleweight divisions, things that have gone down. And, one of the latest things that kind of irked me was that the winner of the Golovkin versus Canelo fight that should probably even be happening in September, right? The winner of that is going to be penciled in to fight Spike O'Sullivan, right? That's what's going to happen. That's what they want to happen. And I don't, it's like, really? That's what you want to happen? The winner of Golovkin versus Canelo, on a fight that really shouldn't happen and shouldn't be big, in my opinion, right, is going to fight Spike O'Sullivan. That's what the goal is after that. So, hey, man, listen, it's just too glaring to even really talk about right now. You're not going to follow, now we'll just talk Golovkin for a second. You want to follow Vanis Matarosen, right, with Canelo directly. So Canelo's going to get off of a suspension for being doped twice, right before, the next date. He gets off in August, his suspension runs out. Then he's going to fight in September in a lucrative fight, which they so always eloquently state. It's still a lucrative fight, coming off a suspension, direct and lucrative fight, without having to fight any of these monsters and lions, and sharks. None of them. Go right into a lucrative fight. Shouldn't happen, but you're going to follow Vanis Matarosen with that fight that shouldn't happen. And then if whoever wins that fights Spike O'Sullivan, because he's the guy that, someone perceives as the dangerous guy in the middleweight division, right? The thing about Spike O'Sullivan is, the reason why he's the one is because his name's not Daniel Jacobs, Dimitri Andrade, Sergey Derevyanchenko, or Jamal Charlo. Those are mandatory guys or formidable guys. That's why he's going to be fought. So it's getting to be a little ridiculous, and I think that even fans of certain people have to see it. There's nothing else to really talk about. It's glaring behavior. The fight on Cinco de Mayo with Golovkin and Matarosen won't even be a title fight because the sanction bodies is like, we can't do that. The guy hasn't fought in 2 years. He's coming from a division under you, right? And he even comes forward, and he comes off of loss. Think about it. He's lost and then took 2 years off. And he's going to come right into with Golovkin. He's not bigger than Golovkin. He's a division lower. So what can you sell it? I've been seeing he's not even on the poster. Stuff like that, So, dude, if you're going to have that fight, that's the easiest fight to get to stuff up. I'm not going. Because it's simple. I've told you guys it's just not after watching what's happened. It's like, wait a minute, man. You shouldn't even be wanting that. Billy Joe Saunders is a unification fight that would only have wait to June to take. Billy Joe Saunders. Unification. We could have had one middleweight champion. But Billy Joe Saunders looked too good against David Lemieux. Since then, Canelo straight up called him a runner. He ain't fighting him. Right after that fight with David Lemieux, he ain't fighting him now. Even though he has the WBO belt, the last belt. Right? So, the thing is, too, Triple G, if he don't fight Derevyanchenko, the IBF mandatory, by August the 3rd, he's going to be stripped of the IBF title anyway. So I don't know. I think they're going to basically say, well, then strip me of the titles. Well, I thought he wanted to be undisputed, but okay. Strip me of the titles. I'm going to still try to fight Canelo. Right? Instead of, like I've suggested, Golovkin fight any one of your mandatories or someone formidable in the middleweight division, in your division for a change, and then Canelo comes off a suspension and fights anyone. Canelo has never fought someone from the 160-pound division. Ever. Right? He fought, don't get it twisted with that Chavez Jr. thing, 164 pounds or whatever that was, right? No one in 160. He was not the best at 154 either. He's just famous and popular. But there's no title now, nothing. So at the end of the day, it would be good normally for Canelo to fight somebody in the middleweight division, somebody hard. So he comes and he beats somebody, got some momentum. Golovkin goes and say, "Man, all these mandatories pushing up on me. Boom, I'm taking care of any of them, anything. Jacobs, who's the mandatory now if the Selecki win. Charlo, who's the mandatory. Derenchenko, who's the mandatory. And if you just want somebody that's dangerous, been calling you out since he's been a baby, is Demetrius Andrade. You beat him, anything. And I think he should be willing to fight Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade didn't look so good against Jack Kokai. People forget that. I think Golovkin's better than Jack Kokai because he brings more punch power. But whatever. Somebody. Vanis Rosen. You guys remember Mungia. He was trying to fight him. Nevada said we can't do that. That's too much of a mismatch. The guy's never been outside of Mexico, and he's also small, way smaller than you. Fought at welterweight for a while, 2 divisions lower. Why are you doing that? So Nevada says no. The sanctioning bodies say we can't call this a title fight. Fans of Golovkin, get strong here and talk to your boy. This is ridiculous. And see, me, what's funny too is because I like Golovkin. So I've been reaching inside. I haven't said nothing, but inside I've been reaching, man. I was reaching so far, man. I'm talking about my Plastic Man and Mr. Fantastic called me up, man. Doma, how are you reaching that far? Cause we can't even reach that far. What you got in your DNA that you can reach this far? I've been thinking inside. Listen, maybe Golovkin's oblivious. I know he wasn't oblivious to Demetrius Andrade because I seen him in an interview when they said they ain't fighting softballs. He agreed with that. But I was like, well, maybe the team hasn't told him that Derenchenko is the mandatory and wants to fight him. Maybe, he didn't hear that Jacobs would cancel this fight and so would Jamal Charlo. Maybe he just didn't hear that the team is keeping it away from him and he don't know about it. And he's going to find out about it one day soon and says, team, you embarrassing me in the public like this. It looks like I don't want to fight nobody. And fire some people. Tom Lawfer, mad, got fired or something. You know what I mean? Just eat something. Or he got whiff of Abel Sanchez saying live on radio that what does Jamal Charlo bring to the table? Ridiculous stuff like that. Golovkin maybe didn't hear that. Like, what does Jamal Charlo bring to the table? Right? On live radio. So he's like, well, man, I got mad at my trainer, or I got mad at my promoter. I did embarrassing me in public. That's what I was hoping for. But it's obviously he knows this because he just said yesterday, that his record is stronger than Bernard Hopkins. So I mean, he's probably drunk a little bit of the ridiculous juice. you know, that delusional juice that that Amir Khan be drinking. Adrian Broner be drinking. Stuff like that. They be drinking that kind of juice over there. That's just ridiculous juice. We should call it a delusion juice. Where you get a little delusional. Golovkin been winning, man, but he been fighting. He shouldn't even be talking about Bernard Hopkins, but he is. But whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be hard. I've seen an article about. I might put that in the description box. An article where they were saying, well, Golovkin's legacy will be because of the people who didn't want to fight him. I'm like, well, it depends. You better hope it's 60, 70 years from now, because if it's anywhere in the next 10 years, people are going to debunk any of that. Just because when he said he was the baddest from 154 to 168. First he said 175. I know I'm repeating myself, but then he said from 154 to 168, no one could go 12 rounds. Now he was talking to the Carl Froch's, who was retired, the Mikael Kesslers, who was retired. They could have come back. Chavez Jr., who anybody wanted to fight, right? Those guys who we talk about, they would fight, They're 154 now, because at 154, then Lara said, well, I'm 154. But Lara even said, but you don't have to even come down here. I'll come up there. Ignored. Then the infamous, no, not right now. He's too much, right? Y'all know I was told Andre Ward to make a techno song about no, not right now. He's too much. Because that's what Golovkin said when Andre Ward said, okay, I'm 168. Let's do this. And Golovkin just straight up said, no, not right now. He's too much. Hey, no, not right now. He's too much. Yo, no, not right now. He's too much. No, not right now. He's too much. That should have been the walkout music from Andre Ward. for the next couple of fights to remind people, because people try to forget it, but you got them. No, too much. No, not right now. It's too much. Yo, no, that's techno for you right there. Vocal techno. But come out to that because that happened. He didn't want to do that. And so since then I've been a little bit suspect because I think you view that as an opportunity. A guy like Andre Ward, so decorated, just 168 pounds, which you just stated, you just the wrong one answered, right? And he doesn't even have punching power. So at the end of the day, you can just probably maybe get a little embarrassed because you didn't knock him out, but you lose to a legend. That was an opportunity for Golovkin and his team. So since then, I've been like, watching little things, still liking them, but because I don't consider them the best, but I just don't like, when you're saying the top 25 in the last 25 years, right? The best middleweight, pushing up on people. I don't like that. Then I don't like him being number one pound for pound when there's people that are not doing things like that, right? But it's still a fighter you watch. If it's something close, like we watch, if he fights Daniel Jacobs, I'm gonna be on it. If he fights anybody that's formidable, I'm gonna be on it. Not Vanis Mantarosen, because I'm kind of sick of it. There's enough guys that's been lighter than him, right? Enough now, right? And so I don't know if fans are gonna keep accepting that. So in Canelo, he's gonna be able to come out up from a suspension, which really isn't one because he's not suspended from doing anything because no fight. And he's going to be able to come back and on September the 12th or whatever the date is, they're going to fight in September, and he's going to be able to be in a lucrative fight and be considered still something special without any proof. And the fighters and everybody else and all of the public are going to accept it, which they shouldn't, because they act like they don't see the glaring behavior patterns of these people. Now you're going to have Spike O'Sullivan is going to be the prize for the winner of Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez in a fight that shouldn't even happen. And if it does happen, it should not be big. By no means, after all this behavior that we've been seeing. Fans of these guys, please make them prove something. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, and I'm about to here, y'all.